Today let's focus on what it means to press on onto spiritual maturity. Hebrews 6 and verse 1 encourages us to press on to maturity. In this verse, the writer of the Hebrew motivates believers to thrive for spiritual maturity and not to remain stagnant in their faith. Immaturity can be manifested in many ways, and one common way is through making excuses. This was true in Bible time as it is still true today. In Exodus chapter 3, we find a powerful example in Moses. After 40 years in the wilderness, God confronted him at the burning bush with an assignment to lead the people of Israel out of bondage. But Moses was reluctant to obey and began giving excuses, raising questions as a way to avoid his calling. It's fair to say that for many of us it's the same today, especially when it comes to obeying the Lord. These excuses often reflect different stages of spiritual maturity. And today, let's explore the first two excuses Moses made and how God responded to them. Now, in his pushback, Moses is looking for some answers to his own question, and here they are. His first one was, "Who am I?" And that speaks of an identity crisis. Moses had been a prince, a fugitive, and now he was a shepherd. His identity was all mixed up, and when God called him, he felt unworthy and unqualified. God's response was, "But I will be with you." This wasn't about Moses' ability, it was more about God's presence to be with him. Maturity often begins when we stop defining ourselves by our past and start trusting the one who has called us. So let's never forget, God doesn't call the equipped, but he equipped the call. His second question was, "Who are you, Lord?" And that speaks of an intimacy crisis. Moses was not unsure only about himself, but he was unsure about who God was. His time in the wilderness had created distance in his relationship with his Lord. But God's response was clear and precise. "I am who I am." This was an invitation to rediscover God not as a distant, abstract being, but as an ever-present and all-sufficient one. Maturity means intentionally renewing our relationship with God, not just knowing about Him, but knowing Him personally and intimately. These first two excuses identify confusion, and a loss of intimacy still shows up today in our own life. But God's response offers always some hope. He affirms who we are through His presence. He invites us to know Him through an intimate relationship with us. And God doesn't disqualify the weak. In fact, He strengthens and develops them. In part 2, we'll explore the remaining excuses Moses gave and see how God keeps calling us beyond our fears, our own failures, and often our reluctance to obey. God bless you.